Hi, Eli Gindy from ElderGadget.com, and I'm here with Tony and Nellie, and we just went to the CES 2012 show, Consumer Electronics Show, and we were completely blown away. So we're going to give you a bit of a recap from today, and the first thing we're going to talk about is what our favorite gadget was. What gadget did we think was something that would be our reader's favorite gadget? So Nellie, what did you find today?
I would say that the waterproof smartphone that's being put out by Fujitsu was probably my favorite. Right now it's only available in Japan, but I hear they're looking at US carriers, and it's really neat. Again, state-of-the-art smartphone. It's not behind the technology curve at all, but it can be submerged, and I think it's 10 feet of water for right now about up to a half an hour. So you don't have to worry about the cases. You could hypothetically check your email in the bathtub or jacuzzi or
it's tremendous.
scuba diving.
If they had a pair of waterproof
earbuds, I'm sure somewhere at the show they do.
Sing it in the shower, make a new.
Yeah, I'm sure that's tomorrow's the waterproof earbuds.
You want people calling you in the shower.
And the big selling point that the rep was telling us is if you drop it in the toilet, that it won't break. And then I'm thinking,
really
who was taking their smartphone and holding it over the toilet to begin with? But
you've never had it in your back pocket and dropped one in the.
I'm a girl. I have a purse. Yeah, no. No.
Okay, Tony, what's yours? I know it's a pair of tongs to take themselves out.
It's a waterproof toilet.
Yes, the rubber gloves. Guilty pleasure. My favorite was the Nikon D4.
Oh yeah.
It's their new pro camera. Not really practical for most people, but I was just geeking out over it. Yeah. It's 16 megapixel full frame 1080p video that can do 1.2, 1.5, and a 2.7x crop. Audio monitoring, which is a first for a digital SLR, and just all the pro features, 10 frames a second.
How much does it cost?
$6,000.
Cheap.
Yes, without a lens.
But it's a prosumer. I mean, it's really.
No, it's a pro camera. It's a full pro camera. It's a magnesium body and the whole deal. And so, on the consumer side, I really like the Samsung Galaxy Note, the new smart 5.3-inch smartphone. I really like having the large screen. So I'm currently using
it was
one
great.
with
This Galaxy S, the Galaxy S2, has a 4.5-inch screen. It's light as a feather, fast. My I'll tell you what I liked. I mean, you were actually there, but we went by the ESPN booth and we saw these TVs and they were talking about 3D, and I said, oh come on, what could they do broadcast 3D? How could it be? And so we talked to some of them and we put on the glasses, these lightweight glasses, passive glasses, and looked at it from this angle, looked at it from that angle, and it was next to perfect. And this is what's coming. It's just technology keeps getting better and better and better,
And it's good to know that 3D is getting better and better and better, because it's been such a trend, I think, for the last 3 CES shows, and it is slowly evolving. I always kind of wonder every year, is it going to drop off completely? And
I mean, it's slowly evolving, and I mean, I know this is sort of a peak for later in this conversation, but I also saw trends at Toshiba and at Sony, where they have no glasses glasses TV, and I mean Toshiba was amazing. It was large screen 3D. It was easy to watch, and Sony has these new screens, and it's just amazing what kinds of displays and tools are out there.
They had a new Vio all-in-one computer that they were debuting, or that they're having prototype. That's a full 3D screen. Glasses free. It's okay. It's kind of taking the technology out of the 3DS or the Evo or there's one other small device, but it's like full screen. It's not quite there yet for fast action stuff. Even the stuff they were demoing, it was a little bit off, but it's getting there.
Yeah,
it's coming in close.
Well, so that brings me to the second question, which is, what was the coolest gadget that you saw? And you can define cool. Like, what was that gadget that you'd want to be walking around with that people would go, I wish I had that, I wish I was that person?
I don't know that this is necessarily a gadget, but there was a device called iAsteroid, and what it was a very funny name, right?
Yeah.
It is supposed to be the world's first arcade game that is played just with your eyes. And so right now, it's very basic, and so there's asteroids on the screen, and you just move your eyes, and it blasts the asteroid right in place. And it seems to be very accurate, very quick. Is it all that practical? Probably not to the everyday person, but again, if you're disabled or maybe you're a senior and the remote controls are too difficult.
So as technology gets better and we're able to actually do that to people, it'll give like a new meaning to evil stare.
The video that you did yesterday was really awesome. They were showing the technology you can control other things on the screen with it, being able to read with it and scroll pages and things like that. So you don't even have to use your hands or any sort of a controller. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the possibilities with that would be endless, and again, in the coming years, not just for the disabled, but really for anybody, what you'd be able to do just tracking your retinal movement
it's amazing.
Phenomenal.
I know, retinal, or it's different things too. They had other things where you could sort of wave your hands. That's another new thing. Speech is an obvious thing.
Yeah.
That is going to make that is going to really be it's going to be coming forward. Okay, so my coolest gadget. That's a kind of a sort of a little bit difficult because I was. I would have to say this Galaxy S phone that I played with for a little while. It was just as a smartphone, it was a big screen. It was just bright as can be. It was fast as can be. It was an Android operating system. I picked it up. I said to the person, is the battery in it? And she says, yeah. I said, well, it feels a little, just what it weighs. She says, well, it's actually a little heavy because of that little thing that's attached to it on the bottom. And I'm thinking, where's the battery? Where's the weight? It was amazing. Huge screen. That leads me into our final question, which was the idea of trends. And that particular phone brought me face to face with what I see as the trend of the show. This is what I really see is happening in technology, and it's been going on for years. And we talked about it last year. It's sort of a convergence. It's sort of things going to the same interface, but it's really the idea of connectivity. And, we haven't talked very much on the site about the interconnected home. But the truth is, all of these things are about the interconnected home. The interconnected home is one approach to interconnectivity. In other words, Samsung and Sony are both on the same track of taking their smartphones and TVs and everything else and connecting them. And Sony, with its all-share, it has a way of actually taking your movie from your house to somebody else's house and playing it on their TV. With this thing called, I think it's DNLP or something like that. DNLA. And then Apple is doing it with the Apple TV, and Samsung is doing it with something else. And you see this, and you see that everybody is really struggling for the soul of the consumer, because everybody wants to have the gadget or the system that sort of rules it all. And they're all going at it from different directions. Sony may be going at it from through its gaming, because it does better gaming, and Samsung through TVs, and Panasonic through something else. But it's just really, really something to see, and we're going to study it in a lot more depth in the next couple of days. But that's sort of a trend that I see.
That's a really good point you bring up too, because I want to say it was Belkin. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think the company was Belkin, and they had made a smartphone app and this little adapter that goes into your wall outlet. And you can plug any of your appliances into it, and you can control them all by your smartphone. So not only can you set the timer for your coffee maker or whatever, but if you leave the house and you think, oh my God, did I leave my curling iron on? Or I left on vacation, did I shut my garage door? You can check, and if it's a yes, you can simply swipe and say turn it off, and it will turn it off no matter where you are.
And Samsung has almost the identical thing.
Yeah, I bet
that's
they're
what's
not the
amazing.
only ones.
They're all doing the same thing. What about you? What do you think?
I saw a lot of that sort of thing. Everything's going toward cloud computing and being sort of device independent. You just have an account and you'd be able to get all of your content there, share it between devices. Asus has that new, the new phone that goes into a tablet.
Yeah.
that sort of nests into
It's
it
like
and becomes
another version of the Motorola
of their
The
laptop.
laptop. Yeah,
Yeah.
Matrix and laptop.
So it's pretty cool. That seems to be, like sort of the interim step anyway. So that you've got one device with one brain with all of your stuff on it, and you
Yeah.
plug it into other things.
Yeah, that's I agree. I think that's where we're going, and we're going to wrap this up now, but in the next couple days we're going to have more and more and sort of flesh out these themes more, and it's just, I tell you, it's just blowing me away every year. Eli Gindy, Nellie Day, Tony Donaldson from ElderGadget.com. For more information about any of these things, please come to the website.